Hello, thank you for joining us. My name is Eli Mercado, and I am a data center specialist engineer. And today we are going to walk through part one of our series on data protection integration with ServiceNow. The data protection platform we are integrating with is Enterprise Dell Avamar. In this part, we will demonstrate overall management and dashboard integration with ServiceNow. Now, before we show you the first iteration or what we've done to integrate the dashboard into ServiceNow, I wanted to kind of go over what the day in the life of an IT admin was, how the IT admin would leverage Avamar's UI to just do simple tasks, check how last night's backups went, if there's any errors, if there are any issues that they need to remediate, creating new policies, anything like that. Like, how would the day-to-day admin leverage Avamar's technology today without having any type of integration? So first things first is, an IT admin would log into the UI and leverage this type of dashboard. They would modify this and customize this so that when they log in, they can see all the activities that occurred either last night, for the week, or the month, or any type of trending. As we can see in the upper right, we can see all the activities that had ran in the last 24 hours. We can see that we've completed overall 9 tasks. Now, again, those are just activities. To get any granular, we would go into our activities tab and see all the completed activities within Avamar. We can see the backup activities, any on-demand backups, any restores that were ran in the last 24 hours or in the last 72 hours based on how we would filter this information. As you already know, there's many ways we can filter this information, whether by client, by start date, by plugin type, or type of activity. All of this is available today within Avamar's UI version 18.1 and above, which gives you all of these abilities to see, how many activities we've completed overall, any failed activities, if anything's running, or if we have any activities that are pending, right? Uh, Most of this is customizable, right? Every admin that has Avamar today has done some changes or some customization to their dashboard so that it looks exactly, so when they log in, they can see exactly what they need right away. Now, what Ahead has done in integrating Avamar's dashboard into ServiceNow is the ability to see day-to-day activities or overall dashboard into ServiceNow portal. Why the ServiceNow portal? Most IT admins that have ServiceNow are leveraging ServiceNow as a case manager, right? Incident management, ticket management, remediation, change control, right? As companies today are moving towards central management with ServiceNow, having integration tools reduces the amount of tools needed to accomplish day-to-day tasks. So what Ahead has done, leveraging a lot of Avamar's REST API, is they built an entire workflow and integrated it completely into ServiceNow CMDB. If we look at what Ahead has done today, here is the backup dashboard that is built into the Ahead ServiceNow portal. We can see right away the similar tasks and similar widgets that are in Avamar's dashboard. We can see all the activities that have been completed overall, any activities that have failed. Again, this is all customizable. If we want to change this to the last 24 hours or the last week or the last month, that can be done to your specific dashboard. The same thing for activities, for failed activities. If we wanted to run quick backups or quick restores, we could do that straight from the dashboard within the ServiceNow portal. We can also see in integrating the pieces, the ServiceNow component to the dashboard, is how many requests were made for remediation or tasks that are needed within Avamar. So if we needed backups done to specific virtual machines, if we needed restores done to any type of machine in our environment, how many requests were made this week. And we can also, if I was an IT director, is see what type of trending is happening specifically around Avamar requests. This, as well as we've seen before, activities that were completed in Avamar, we can also see the activities in the same granular fashion in ServiceNow. Right? We can see here Dell Snow 01, which is a VMware image, a scheduled backup completed, and it was a successful activity. Right? We can also see some general information as where the virtual machine sits within Avamar. Again, all of this is calls made into Avamar and generate an activity so that we can see what's happening in Avamar from our service portal. All of this is hyperlinked, so if we want to see in detail what activities were ran, we can, as it brings us to our portal here. We can see the client name. We can see that it was completed. Any Avamar related identification for a backup. And if there was a ticket generated or a request generated for that specific activity. And if we go back, as we've seen in Avamar, we have a list of clients that we're currently protecting, right? How many policies do we have, or are we leveraging to protect these clients? If we wanted to get granular and look at one of the clients and see any associated events or backups for a client, we can do that as well. We just simply click on the link. We see that this is Dell Snow 01 or test VM. Any related Avamar identification, where it sits within Avamar, right? So we can see exactly where the asset sits within Avamar. We can see if there are any current events that have occurred with that client, and then any backups that are related to that client. So we can actually see all the relatable backups for specific clients. All of this is done, again, through the ServiceNow portal that we have created here at Ahead. If we want to look at policies, we can click on a policy and go into detail of what that current policy is doing. We can see if it's enabled, and we can see here that this current policy is not enabled. It's a disabled policy. We're not currently using it. If I wanted to do an on-demand backup for all the members in that policy, I could do that from here as well. We can also see any events related to that policy. So if we kicked off a backup with that policy, we can click on it and see, hey, well, what happened? We looks like we had a failed backup. We can see a quick summary, right? We failed to initiate a virtual machine backup. And we can see a little bit more detail as what types of remedies we can do to restart that backup. Right, you can see the list of events that have occurred with that specific policy. And again, all of these are clickable, right? Each one will generate their own type of information, as well as overall information. We can see here if the policy is enabled or not. We can quickly see which ones are working and how many members we have within those data sets. And if we go over to the Events tab, we can see any incidents that are generated. Now, incidents are not generated from Avamar. An incident is when ServiceNow sees an event that happened with Avamar and creates an incident for that event. If we click on the incident or the ticket number, it takes us to a similar screen that we've seen before. So it looks like we have Snow 01 failed to initiate a backup job. And we can see in detail what we can do to remediate that process. In another series, we'll go over how to run self-healing, how to rerun a backup or rerun a backup policy on specific clients. And that's our overall management and dashboard integration with ServiceNow. Ahead can do this today with your environment. If you have ServiceNow today, and Avamar, we can do these integrations today. Please reach out to your client director or client solutions architect for a live demo. Please join us next time in the next part of our series, Backup and Recovery Integrations within ServiceNow. Thank you.